Have you ever caught yourself doing something strange and wondered, why am I like this? You go through life with these little internal patterns, habits you might even feel a bit self-conscious about. But what if those exact quirks were actually secret signals? What if the things that make you feel a little different are the very things that prove your mind is wired for something more? For decades, psychology and neuroscience have been peeling back the layers on high cognitive function, and the findings consistently point to a fascinating truth. The behaviors we often dismiss as odd or antisocial are frequently the hallmarks of exceptional intelligence. Today, we're exploring 10 of these hidden indicators. If you see yourself in several of these, your brain might be operating on a frequency most people can't even tune into. And trust me, number 7 is the one that will finally explain all those weird arguments you have with yourself in the car. Let's begin. 1. The post-conversation autopsy. While most people walk away from a chat and instantly move on, you're still running the tape. You dissect the dialogue. You analyze the pauses, the inflections, the subtext you might have missed. This isn't social anxiety. It's a symptom of a brain built for deep pattern recognition. Studies suggest that individuals with higher cognitive abilities naturally engage in retrospective analysis. Their minds are hardwired to treat social interaction as complex data to be understood, not just noise to be endured. You're not just hearing words, you're mapping emotional terrain. You catch the slight shift in someone's posture or the hesitation before an answer. Where others see a simple conversation, you see a layered psychological puzzle. This constant fine-tuning of your mental models can make you seem reserved, but in reality, your mind is just running a high-resolution diagnostic on the world around you. 2. The deep aversion to busy. It's not that you're lazy. In fact, you can work for hours on a complex problem that fascinates, but give you a task with no purpose, no intellectual challenge, and your brain practically shuts down. A sharp mind doesn't crave rest, it craves resistance. Research indicates that high IQ individuals experience accelerated cognitive fatigue when forced to perform repetitive, meaningless tasks. Their neural circuitry is optimized for solving problems, not spinning its wheel. This is why you instinctively look for shortcuts, build systems, and automate the mundane. You don't just tolerate inefficiency, you feel a physical need to restructure it, to make it make sense. Where others see a process, you see a problem waiting to be solved. 3. The spatial out phenomenon. Someone's talking, the meeting is droning on, and suddenly you're gone. You're staring at a point on the wall, but you're light years away, building a business model or replaying a childhood memory in vivid detail. This isn't daydreaming in the traditional sense. This is your default mode network kicking into high gear. Neuroscience shows that highly intelligent people often have a more active and interconnected DMN, the part of the brain responsible for introspection, imagination, and simulating future events. So when you zone out, you're not being distracted. Your brain is actually consolidating information, solving problems subconsciously, and running its own internal upgrade cycle. You're not checked out. You're checked in to a deeper layer of thought. 4. The pattern matching radar. You notice things, a tiny inconsistency in a story, a slight change in someone's usual tone, a single book on a shelf that's out of place. Most people's brains have a filter that automatically discards this noise. Yours doesn't. Your brain zooms in. This is due to heightened pattern recognition sensitivity, a trait strongly correlated with high IQ. You can sense a shift in a room's energy before anyone speaks. You can predict the end of a movie halfway through. This isn't a superpower you chose, it's a lens you can't take off. You see the micro-fractures in reality long before the cracks ever appear in the wall. 5. The frustration with oversimplification. You know that feeling when someone explains away a complex issue with a simple, catchy slogan. It makes your skin crawl. You crave nuance. You need the context, the history, the yes, but on the other hand. Research into cognitive styles shows that intelligent thinkers are far less likely to rely on cognitive shortcuts. They resist heuristics that ignore complexity. When you push back on a simple answer, it's not because you're argumentative, it's because your brain automatically sees the other 95% of the iceberg that's hidden beneath the surface. You argue not to win, but to build a more complete map of the truth. 6. the serial deep dive learner. 1 month you're obsessed with the Roman Empire. The next, you're learning to make sourdough from scratch. Then it's all about learning Python. From the outside, it might look like you lack focus, but in reality, you're engaged in what researchers call intellectual sampling. Highly intelligent minds aren't looking for one path. They're collecting an entire toolkit. They devour the frameworks of different disciplines, history, art, science, because they know that the most innovative solutions come from connecting seemingly unrelated dots. You're not a hobbyist. You're a librarian for your own mind, building a vast, interconnected web of knowledge. 7. The out loud debugging session. Here's the big one. You talk to yourself a lot. And no, you're not crazy. In fact, it's one of the most robust markers of higher cognitive processing. Speaking to yourself out loud isn't just a habit, it's a cognitive strategy. Studies show that self-talk enhances memory, sharpens focus, and clarifies complex decision-making. By verbalizing your thoughts, you're translating abstract neural activity into concrete language, which allows you to examine it, poke holes in it, and refine it. Smart people don't just think. They argue with themselves until they find the truth. You're debugging your own brain out loud. It's the same technique used by top mathematicians, chess players, and innovators. 8. The midnight mental firework. The world winds down, but your brain just ignites. While everyone else is winding down for the night, a wave of clarity and creativity washes over you. You get random bursts of energy at 11 p.m., 1 a.m., 3 a.m. Research suggests this is linked to a spike in creative cognition that occurs when external distractions disappear. At night, when social demands and daily obligations fall silent, your mind is finally free to roam. It connects disparate ideas, generates novel solutions, and produces its most brilliant, chaotic, and powerful work. The night isn't for sleeping. For you, it's often the only time your brain has room to breathe. 9. The mental contortionist. This is a rare and demanding cognitive skill. You can hold two completely contradictory ideas in your head at the same time and see the truth in both. You understand how someone could love a person and still need to leave them. You grasp how a policy could be both brilliant and deeply flawed. This is integrative thinking, and it's a hallmark of high intelligence. It requires the emotional regulation to not let the contradiction short-circuit your brain. Where most people feel an urgent need to pick a side and simplify the world into black and white, you're comfortable living in the gray, navigating the entire spectrum of complexity. 10. The art of strategic dimming. Finally, the smartest people you meet will rarely, if ever, tell you they're smart. In fact, they often go out of their way to seem average. This is intellectual humility, a deep-seated awareness of the vastness of what they don't know. They simplify complex ideas to help others understand, not to show off. They avoid jargon. They ask questions they already know the answer to. They dim their own light to make others feel more comfortable, or simply because they're more interested in learning something new than in proving what they already know. They hide their depth, not out of insecurity, but because they value connection and understanding over appearing impressive. So, if you replay conversations, argue with yourself at midnight, and feel frustrated by the world's oversimplified answer, you're not broken, you're not weird, you're just operating on a different level. Your habits aren't flaws, they're the exhaust fumes of a high-performance engine. Now, which of these 10 habits hit closest to home for you? Drop the number in the comments below. I read every single one. And if you made it this far and want to keep exploring the hidden architecture of the mind, hit that like button and subscribe to The Inner Blade. We'll see you in the next video.